Number 7 from A.D. Kulaba.
Do you love me?
Well, I won't know for sure until I kiss you.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Trying to get a kiss.
Yeah. And the entry that caps off the bottom half of the top 10 answers to the question, do you love me? Comes from Manoy Joe.
Manoy Joe says, do you love me?
Sige na, bibilan na kita ng iPad 2.
Some people use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use,
If you love me,
you will
buy me then
an iPad 2.
Yeah.
This is the top half. Number 5 from Wandering Enery.
Do you love me?
If I answer this honestly, will it change anything? Because some people ask, do you love me? Like a confrontation. Hey, do you love me?
Yeah.
You know, because if you do, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it's a romantic question.
Yeah.
Do you love me? Because I want to know. So sometimes, let's say you're not supposed to love this person, and then he found out that you do, he will ask you
straight up
and to tell you off. So before I say my piece, do you love me? Because if you do, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So if I answer it honestly, will it change anything?
Okay.
That's a scary kind of do you love me. Number 4 from Targrod.
Do you love me?
Oo. Kahit amoy anghit ka pa. I love you no matter what.
There just has to be a barb in there somewhere.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it's like to prove to you how much I love you. I will say yes to you despite the body odor.
Because you could just say yes. But no, you have to say it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's like saying, oo, kahit pangit ka pa.
Exactly, right? It's kind of weird.
It's like you bring up, you want brownie points?
Yeah. There you go. You want points for loving someone despite. Because if you really just did, you just go, I do.
Sometimes you're so in love that you're blind to these flaws. You don't even see it. Everybody thinks they're ugly, but to you it's like, remember I just found it so romantic. I caught Chicken Little again yesterday. You know, Abby is supposed to be a really ugly bird.
Yeah.
And not even remotely pretty, but you know, she is Chicken Little's choice. And I found that so romantic. And the last part where they were getting popcorn, and then their hands accidentally touch, and then they initially jerked their hands away, and then later on they just said, okay, what the heck, and they started holding hands.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I really, really love that movie.
Sky is falling.
Yes.
Sky is falling.
Always makes me cry. Number 3 coming from Ina Vanessa.
Do you love me?
The question should be, how much?
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
You know I love you.
Yeah.
The question should be, how much do you love me?
Because when you say, do you love me, there's an option of that
no.
they don't.
Yeah.
But if you say how much, you assume that they do. And
you just want to know
how
much. Yeah. Very nice. Number 2 from Dark Moon Fairy.
Do you love me?
Depends. What do you want? The truth or what you want to hear?
Do you love me?
Depends. What do you want? The truth or what you want to hear?
Do you love me?
No.
Because if they're qualifying it means it's a no.
It's a no. You just have to keep pushing and pushing
until you get get to the truth.
Yeah. And the top answer to the question, do you love me? It may seem funny, but in some painful cases, this is the truth. From Frozen Yogurt.
Do you love me?
Whenever I'm drunk.
What? So sad.
It's like
when my guard is down, I do.
Yes. When I don't have when I've got beer goggles, I do. When I don't have any inhibitions, I do.
But there's a problem there.
Or sometimes there's something about the person. Maybe they're ugly, or maybe I don't know. Maybe they're gay, or maybe they're straight, depending what you don't want. But given the alcohol, things get blurry. Then you can.
Yeah.
You know, that hurts.
Or even if, let's say, they're just saying no to you because it's practical not to love you, so that when they're drunk, nobody's
They're not- yeah.
practical when they're drunk.
Exactly.
So they're like, okay, I love you, because they can just give voice to what they feel like. Some people find that romantic. I don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
For me, the one that really hurts is like, in Tagalog, nasisikmura lang kita. If I'm
that's
drunk.
that.
Right? No, because
That's not
sometimes that's the
love.
thing. Well, that's why I love you. Whenever I'm drunk, I do.
Okay.
My judgment is impaired.
Mhm.
That's why.
I ain't thinking straight.
Right?
Okay.
Number 10 from Spy Shadow.
Do you love me?
Love don't live here anymore.
I guess not.
no, I guess what he's trying to say is that it's not you personally. There's no love here. So it doesn't have to be you. It can be anyone, because love don't live here anymore. So don't come knocking.
Okay.
You won't find it here.
Hey,
Number 9 from RC and Cess.
do you love me?
Are you ready for the answer?
Do you love me?
Are you ready for the answer?
Do you love me?
No.
Okay.
Again, sometimes you just have to push.
Because I think if it's a yes, they don't need to be ready.
They'll say yes.
They'll be okay, and they wouldn't prepare you for something
Yeah.
like
They don't need to soften the
to
blow.
soften the blow. Unless it's bad, then they will feel like they need to.
But you know what? Sometimes, are you ready for the answer? Is something that you would ask someone
He's not expecting.
if you're not supposed to love them.
Mm.
Let's say your best friend comes up to you and says, "You know what? Some people were telling me stuff. Do you love me?" So, are you ready for the answer? Because you're not gonna like this.
But-
the answer is yes.
But I think, there you go, you're not gonna like this.
Mhm.
It means that you're still softening a blow because you're not sure that the love will be well received.
So it has to be, when you do this, the answer is the one that you don't want.
Yes.
Not necessarily the negative.
Yes.
But it can be affirmative or negative, but it will be the answer that you don't want to hear.
Or you don't expect, or you just don't want to deal with.
And here's a series
Okay.
of answers that are really like annoying. From RC and Seth.
Do you love me?
Medyo oo.
Medyo hindi.
Medyo oo. And then from Yos,
Do you love me?
yata. And then from Greg,
Do you love me?
oo daw.
Is there one more?
No more. But it's like, oo daw? Who is speaking for you? Aren't you in the best position to tell
Love
me
it.
yes or no?
Love implicitly has conviction,
Yeah.
right?
hmm
I mean,
Either you do or you don't.
yeah, and when you do, you do.
And usually when you say, I'm not sure, usually there's an issue at hand. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not supposed to love you. Obviously
Or,
you do.
I'm not sure this is love.
I'm not sure this is love, but I definitely feel something, but I'm not ready to say it yet.
Or, I love you, but I think you might ask for a relationship, which I'm not ready to give.
Or, I love you, but you're a tranny.
Or, I love you, but you're crazy.
Or, I love you because you're toothless, but you're, never mind.
Or, I love you, but you're married to my sister.
Ew!
What? It could happen.
Ew, that's gross.
Right?
Yeah.
Or to my brother.
Ew, that's gross.
Or to my cousin. Or to
Yeah.
my mom.
That's your dad
or to
already.
my dad.
That's your mom already.
Like, I mean, it has happened,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, gross. Number 8 coming from Lock on Stratus.
Do you love me?
Yes. Now what are we going to do about it?
Ah, see, that's
Because when they answer
that's
that when they answer that question, that's
What's
the start
next?
of a bigger question.
of a conversation.
which is what next?
So, what now?
if it's positive, if the reaction is positive, then how do we go? Where do we go from here? If it's negative, do we need to stay away from each other?
Yeah.
Do I need to get a restraining order against you?
Or do I need to call you a stalker?
Exactly. Number 7 from Evan.
Do you love me?
I do, but I can't make you happy.
See, that's another. Yeah, some people can't make other people
I do,
happy.
but it's not within my powers to make you
That's
happy.
so
I know
true.
for a fact that I
Can
cannot
you
make
think
you
of
happy.
a person in your life who is like this?
That I love or who loves me?
Well, whichever.
Yes.
Because I do believe that
In the
they're
past.
in the past.
Yeah. They're not in my life anymore.
For me, in the present,
Mm-hmm.
there are people who love you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They say they love you,
And you probably do.
but anytime they do something,
Mhm.
it hurts.
Mhm.
Some people will say that they love you and then they'll defend you but it hurts what they're doing. So it's possible that they, in their definition, they do love you,
Yeah.
but they're not in any position to make you
To make
happy.
you happy, right?